That's so nice of you. Thank you very, very much. Oh, man. Those, of course, are all my children. And you don't get to meet them too often. But I actually don't know who they are. I've never seen them before. Oh, man, I'm so happy today. You know, I had a good day, and it sometimes starts off, people say the best meal of the day is the breakfast. The most important meal of the day is the breakfast, and I agree. This morning, I had a nice omelet. You know how people say, you know, how'd you like a nice piece of pie and nice, and it starts out with nice? And I mean it. It was a nice omelet because it's easy. You just have eggs, and you put stuff in it, and you, I don't know what I'm doing right here. It's folded over. But some food isn't nice. This is what I've learned, is a lot of food is work. And I don't know why it's necessary, but a case in point, pistachio nuts. Are you with me on the pistachio nuts? Oh. Just even, and I like the way it sounds. Say it with me, pistachio nuts. Pistachio nuts. It sounds nice, but they're so not pleasant to eat. I was at a soiree the other night. Yes, a soiree. It's a, well, it's a party, but it's a party where you don't know whose house it is. But, you know, that's what a soiree, you don't even know who to apologize to the next day. So anyway, I'm at the soiree, and bowls of pistachio nuts, which, and thank God it wasn't the kind with the pink dye that your hands end up pink for days and days. It's like that money that explodes when you rob a bank. And you can't get the dye off of your hands. Anyway, so it's the regular pistachio nuts, which, and I think they're tasty, but when you're trying to open those pistachio nuts, they're like crazy glued shut. It took me like an hour to eat 2 of them. I had, in an hour, and it turns out they were art pieces. They weren't pistachio nuts. Which is probably why everybody clapped when I opened one. But I'll tell you, and another food, again, that hard work is artichokes. And people love them. They bring them out. I'll never pretend to even understand the allure of the artichoke. But the petals, there's nothing on these petals. You get more off a bicycle pedal than, trust me. But they bring them out like, ooh, artichokes, you know. It's that you dip them in the sauce. It's all about the sauce. I mean, I could dip my library card in there and get just as much satisfaction, you know. Really, artichokes, it's just an excuse to eat mayonnaise, isn't it? That's what it is. And the Dungeness crab, that's another thing, which is delicious, deliriously delicious, the Dungeness crab. The only drawback to that is eating it. That's the only problem with the Dungeness crab. It is, why does the hardest food to get at has the smallest reward? Have you noticed that? It's like a bad relationship on a plate. That's what it is. Is this worth it? That kind of thing. It's like, whenever you need tools to open something, Dungeness crab, you have that thing on there, and you need pliers, you need a corkscrew, you need a bib, you need safety goggles, and an assistant. And then they give you, this is the tiny fork. You know how they give you the tiny fork for the crab? To make it fancy, but it's really just to make you think you have a bigger bite. So everything looks to the size I got. Really, you know, because sometimes they split them partially for you, so you think you can get to it, but then you know there's more in the little bend, and you're trying forever. I've never felt more like a primate in my life, just trying to... It takes too long to open up those things. You cannot hold a job and eat one of those things. You don't have the time. And I won't even go into the coconuts. Those are, I assume no one here works with explosives. I don't know how we even learned that there was anything inside of a coconut, how they even figured that out. Like, because you're slamming it on the cement, you're hitting it with a hammer. It's amazing they didn't give up. And I'm sure there's something delicious inside a coffee table. I'm positive. You know what's not hard work, what I think is it's a vacation food, is a banana. The banana is the perfect food, in my opinion, because it comes in its own wrapper. They're fun and easy to open, easy to share, adapts well to bread. I easily could become a bananatarian. That's what I feel. And you know what else I also love, by the way? This really is just a whole separate issue, but sorbet. There's nothing wrong with a nice scoop of sorbet at the end of a meal because it cleanses the palate. And do you know what cleanses my palate after a monologue? Dancing. It's Monday, and you know what that means? It's time for What Are You Doing While You're Watching? All righty then. Lisa Donahue from Scarsboro, Maine. I'm watching The Ellen Show as the 2-year-old Dakota is jamming with Ellen. At the beginning of every show, she makes me rewind the song so she can shake her groove thing over and over again. Oh, look at that. I'm doing a push-up on the stage, and she's doing a push-up with me right there. With her pull-ups on, she's doing a push-up. Look, she got her sippy cup, which is very, very important. You want to stay hydrated when you're working out. That's good. I probably had a sippy cup, too. Can you see that? Where is my sippy cup? There it is. I have it right there. Yeah. We may not have the same thing in our sippy cups, but... All right, Christy Haynes from Groesbeck, Texas. Hey, Ellen, I'm a big fan of yours and also a fan of NASCAR. I spent this past weekend in Fort Worth for the race, and I didn't want to miss Friday's show, so I tuned in on my portable black and white TV. Oh, there she is. She's got her TV in her lap right there. I hope that the roar of the engines didn't step on my jokes. There's no way she can hear every punchline when that thing goes zooming around like that. I don't understand how. Well, because I was thinking NASCAR is on TV. She could have stayed home and watched my show and then watched NASCAR on TV also. But, you know, why would you want to miss the fumes and the gas and the loud noise and the humidity? I don't know what I was thinking. But thank you for bringing that. That's great that you brought it to the in place with you. All right, Daryl Borges from Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm the drummer in a band called LF8, and it's Elevate. See, LF8. LF8. So fancy with the play on words or letters. That performs in Voodoo Lounge at the Rio in Las Vegas. CBS had preempted your show with Tom Hanks in favor of college basketball in the afternoon and re-aired it at 2 a.m. It provided me with a golden opportunity to, at least on this night, show you while we're performing, we're watching you perform. Look at that. They have in the bar, he's performing, and there's in the background, the show is on at 2 a.m., 2 a.m. in Vegas, that's still daytime TV for them. And I like that it's on in bars. I think there's no reason you can't have it on in bars. Just because you're drinking doesn't mean you shouldn't be watching the show. You know. So, all right. Then, is that it? No. Marie Maluk from Brooklyn, New York. This is my cat, Miley, watching the cats on your show. Look at that. There's the cat on the show doing the, and then there's this cat. That's probably the only place the cat could sit. Look at all that clutter. It's not necessarily why it's been there for days. They just throw food in that little area, and then that cat would love to go somewhere else, but it's looking like this. Watching to this cat, that's probably like The Godfather. Look at that. All right, that's it right there. Thanks for sending in your stuff. And hey, we'll be right back, and Dennis Franz will be sitting right here when we come back.
Good to be on your dance show.
Oh, it's good to have you here.
You got your own American Bandstand going here.
Isn't it great?
Yeah. These poor people, for an hour and a half, they were dancing before you come out.
People mainly come for the dancing.
Wonderful.
I happen to be here, but it's
very exciting. And this poor guy, you got my move, pal.
Yeah. You know, that's the thing I love about dancing. We have so many different styles of people dancing, and we show them off.
For
we may be seeing him tomorrow.
Bad.
Yeah. Do what?
I say, for the most part, pretty bad, me included.
Are you a bad dancer?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, you can't be a bad dancer, really.
And pomegranates. Pomegranates are very hard to eat.
You're right.
What a thankless food.
It is very.
All that
I
work
don't get the point of that at all.
Yeah, you get the outside of a little small seed, and that's it. Do you ever eat a pomegranate?
Oh, sure, I have.
It tastes good, but
yes, the pomegranate. That's absolutely right. I don't know how I forgot about that. Probably because I don't even eat them. Do you like the artichoke?
Because they're hard. Yes, I do like it. But you are absolutely right. Mayonnaise, it's an excuse to eat mayonnaise.
I don't get it.
Yeah,
I never have gotten the thing.
Yeah.
But anyway, so hey, it's good to see you because we never see each other other than award shows.
Yeah, and we used to run into each other all the time. Then you started hosting them all, and you were hard to run into.
Yeah, then I was away from everyone in the back, hiding.
Yeah.
So 11 years, and now this is the final.
This is the end. Well, as we know it now, and we are certainly planning on next year being the final season.
Oh, what does that mean? So it may not?
All indications are that yes, it's going to be, but there's always that possibility. But we're planning on it being the last. Yes.
Do you want it to go on?
I think 12 years is a good run.
That's a long.
I'm satisfied with.
That's a long time.
The end of 12. Thank you. Thanks.
And it's long hours when you do those shows too.
Yeah, 12-hour day is kind of a good day.
It's a 12-hour day.
Yeah, 12-hour day. It's not uncommon for us to go 16 hours a day, and but gee whiz, it has its rewards.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But that is a long time to go.
It has been.
And you played 30 cop roles, 30 different cops?
Yeah, Sipowicz was cop number 28, and then I've done 2 cartoon character voices after one, a duck and a horse, as cops, and so that was it. So yeah.
How does that happen? I mean that.
Well, you find your niche and and you stay in it, you know, and you dig it for all it's worth.
Right. I must be able to play a duck cop. I mean, how do you?
That was presented. It was the Mighty Ducks was the name of the cartoon series, and they asked me if I would be this.
And then you were a horse cop also. Like
I was a horse, yeah.
A cop on a horse or a horse cop?
It was one of the Dr. Dolittle movies, and they cut the horse out.
Oh.
So.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weep, weep.
Do you wear a uniform at home?
Not a cop uniform.
Nope. Yeah. Something else? Yeah, we have those pictures.
That's another story.
No, okay. So now, does that help you with the cops? Like, do cops love you when they meet you?
Yeah, thankfully the show was pretty well received by police officers around the country and around the world. We had some interesting run-ins. We were in Italy, in this beautiful little town on the Amalfi Coast, and we had left the town for the day. As we were coming back, they had some sort of meeting in the town, and they had blocked all the roadways back into the town, and there were Italian police and each with their machine guns, and they weren't allowing anybody in. And we drove our little car up to the entrance into the town, and they were turning everybody back. And then this one guy spotted me. He motioned for me to roll down the window, and I rolled down the window. And in his broken English, he came over. He said, "New York Police Department?" And I said, "Yeah." And then he said, "Sipowicz?" I said, "Yeah." "Oh, good."
That's right.
So it pays off.
Yeah. We have to take a break. We'll be back.
Yeah.
We're back with Dennis Franz, and we're talking about, you just bought some land in Idaho.
Yeah, my wife and I are from the Midwest, and my wife grew up in Wisconsin. I grew up in Chicago. My summers were on lakes in Chicago. Let's hear it for lakes in Wisconsin. And when we wanted a home on a lake, we couldn't find exactly one that reminded us of Wisconsin. So we'd heard about Idaho, and we have family in California, so it was easier to get to Idaho than go to Wisconsin. So we ended up looking up there, found a beautiful lake, beautiful piece of property, and we are building a little family compound there. And,
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
It's a great getaway. It's a wonderful place, beautiful part of the country.
You're going to have all kinds of wildlife in your yard.
Yeah, we already do. There's a lot of deer, there's bear, there's cougar, there's wild turkey.
There are turkeys.
There's turkeys.
Gobble, 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 gobble. Sorry. He doesn't like birds. There's wild turkeys.
There are, yes.
Are there peacocks?
I haven't seen one.
Because I used to live in Ojai, which is near where you have a place in Montecito.
Yeah, Montecito, yeah.
And the first morning I woke up and there were peacock all over the, is it peacock or peacocks?
You got me.
Peacock. And they were all over the property, the peacocks.
Peekaboos, yeah.
Yes, they were peekabooing into my house, the peacocks.
Yeah, right.
And you live in Montecito also, which is
Right.
beautiful.
Yeah, it's great there. And Ojai is wonderful. Ojai is a little quieter.
That's why
Montecito
I like
has
it.
gotten built. Yeah,
Ojai
I
is
really
a
like
small
Ojai.
little, I love that.
Nice little community.
Yeah, yeah. So, and you're into the decorating shows like I am?
Yeah, I love the decorating shows, the cooking shows. I mean, all that stuff. On the weekends, our televisions are set to HGTV or what is that, TLC or the Food Network, and we watch all day long. In fact, next week, Rachel Ray from the Food Network. She's coming to our house to cook with us.
Bigger hand than Chicago she got.
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
And so we're going to cook with and
She's
my
coming to
daughter,
your house to cook?
Yes.
Wow.
Along with my daughter, who's at a culinary school. Tricia is. The three of us are going to cook with Rachel Ray at our house.
Wow, that's nice.
Neat, huh?
That's really great.
Yeah.
Okay, so before you go, what's going on next season? Anything we're supposed to know what's coming up?
We have to find a way to wrap things up, and we're not really. There's a lot of relationships. The end of this season, this last episode of the 11th season, is got a lot of surprises in it, and relationship surprises. My partner, Mark Paul Gosselaar, he's got a surprise with one of his relationships, and Henry Simmons has a real interesting storyline with the little boy that he's adopted. So we have quite a few things going at the end of this season. Next season, anybody's guess. I don't know.
All right. All right. Well, I tell you what I've learned is people like a big finish. So make sure you have a big finish.
All right. Good.
All right. NYPD Blue airs Tuesdays at 10 o'clock on ABC. Don't go away. We'll be right back right after this. And now, it's time to play It's the Law. I will read you a sentence. If you think what I read is an actual law, you'll say law. If you think it's something made up by our writers, you'll say not. It sounds easy, but is it? Okay, you're our contestant number one. Please stand up. Hi. All right. What's your name?
Cindy.
Cindy, where do you live, Cindy?
From Phoenix, Arizona.
I see. And what do you do in Phoenix?
I'm a student.
You a student of?
Sign language interpreting student at Phoenix College High Girls.
That's great. You're gonna teach sign language.
Interpret.
You're gonna interpret.
And these are my two daughters.
Oh. How are you? That's good. Good for you. That's great. How long have you been?
Elisha, another daughter too. Sorry, she couldn't come.
Shout out! All right. What's your other daughter's name?
Lisa.
Jack, hi, Jack. All right. All right. So let's go. All right. Are you pretty familiar with the laws around the world?
Very.
Okay, great. Here we go. 30 seconds on the clock. In Massachusetts, mourners at a wake are prohibited from eating more than 3 sandwiches.
That's a law.
That is. In Billings, Montana, it is illegal to hoot like an owl on any televised broadcast.
A law.
No. In Iowa, kisses may last for as much as, but no more than 5 minutes.
That's not a law.
That's a law. In Kentucky, it's illegal to transport an ice cream cone in your pocket.
That's a law too.
That is a law. In Texas, it's illegal to take more than 3 sips of a beer at a time while standing.
That's a law.
That is a law. Come on up. Yay! Look what you get.
I'm the first guy. There you go. Okay, congratulations.
It's an Alexa digital camera from Casio. Isn't that great? Yes! All right.
All right.
You're going to be my next
I'm the
contestant.
next
You're
contestant.
already here,
Okay,
so
okay,
you're going to
cool,
be my next
cool.
contestant,
Okay.
all right? All right, here we go.
These are goofy,
You don't,
these things.
they're laws.
They're goofy laws. but okay.
Yeah, don't dispute it, though.
All right.
In Doylestown, 30 seconds on the clock, Doylestown, Pennsylvania, all residents who want to cook cabbage are required to receive written permission from all neighbors within 1,000 feet of their home.
No.
No. All right, in Maryland, it's illegal to take a lion to a theater.
Well, yeah.
That's a law, and it's a good one.
Yeah.
In Oak Park, Illinois, an ordinance forbids frying more than 100 donuts in a single day.
No.
That's a law. In
My
Medina,
hometown.
Ohio, it is illegal to be in possession of clown shoes without a license.
Yeah.
No, it's not. All right, and that's all the time we have. And look what you
I
win,
failed.
though. You get
Look
a
at
Alexa
this.
Casio.
Hey.
All right, one more.
May I present this to somebody?
Yeah, if you...
Yes.
It'll be her. Oh, wait. Hold on. You
Yes.
get between us.
Oh,
You get
okay.
between. If you win, you can win this.
Oh,
I'll give it
okay,
to
cool,
you.
cool,
All right,
cool,
so
cool.
you
There you
hold
go.
this.
Hi. How are you? Hi, good.
Hi. Yeah, and this is Dennis, and I'm Ellen.
Yeah.
Janine.
How you doing, Janine?
Great.
Where do you live?
I live in
God, you've got a firm grip.
San Francisco.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so what do you do there?
I do HR for a biotech company.
HR?
Yeah.
What's that?
Human resources.
All right.
Okay.
All right. You ready to go?
I'm with you.
All
Yes.
right, let's go. And don't help her.
I'll try now.
If you want to, you can.
You can help.
All right, 30 seconds on the clock. In Hammond, Indiana, any person who stands still and looks lazy is a loiterer.
Law.
Yeah. In Clinton County, Ohio, it is illegal to be out in public with one ear larger than the other.
Not a law.
Not a law. In Vermont, it's illegal to lick a stamp in a lascivious manner while in a public place.
Law.
No. In Illinois, it's illegal to give lit cigars to dogs, cats, or other domesticated animals kept as pets.
That's a law.
It is. In Ohio, it's illegal for a woman to wear black patent leather shoes.
It should be, but it's not.
It's a law.
Oh, really?
It's a law.
Okay.
All right, look what you get.
Hey, congratulations.
Nice meeting you. And that's how you play. It's the law. Elisha Cuthbert joins me after this. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I was rehearsing quite a bit with actually someone that you know.
What are you talking about?
Well, you know Justin, your friend.
Timberlake?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah, he likes you a lot.
Yeah, I like him.
And so my boyfriend actually grew up with him, and I told him I was going to be on the show, and we were dancing, and Justin comes in and goes, "What are you guys doing?" And he always makes fun of me because my dancing's kind of weird because he's a pro.
Uh-huh.
And then he pretended to be you, and he was helping me, and he was like, "You know her from 24, she's coming out in The Girl Next Door, Elisha." And I came out, and I was like, dancing. He was like, "Oh my God." Yeah.
So Justin was pretending to be me?
Yeah. You like that?
It was only a matter of time. I pretend to be
thought
him
you
all.
should know. I thought you should
pretend to
know
be
that.
him all the time, and I knew. So he taught you how to. Do you dance a lot, or you don't dance?
I try because I enjoy it so much,
Uh-huh.
and but it's hard when you have friends that are like that good.
Yeah, I was intimidated. I was dancing with him one night, which was the weirdest thing to be dancing with Justin. Because normally I'm kind of free and I don't really care, but I suddenly was really stiff because I just was suddenly aware of how bad I was.
All the dancers at the concerts and things, you know, I run into them all the time, and if I'm like out with them, and I just can't bust a move because I'm like, they're just so good, you know? So I'm kind of like, oh, maybe not.
Well, the fact that you say bust a move, you're hip.
Yeah, bust a move.
Yeah, because at a certain age, you just can't get away with saying that.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, I can't bust a move. Yeah. So, all right. So now, where are you from?
Canada.
What part of Canada?
Montreal.
Oh, Montreal.
Yeah, so I speak a little French.
You do speak French. So do I.
You do?
Ah, oui.
Bon.
Comment ça va?
Ça va bien. Yes. My boyfriend's from Tennessee, and he's got a very southern accent. And he makes fun of the way I say certain things.
Like what?
Louis Vuitton, which is...
Louis Vuitton.
Vuitton. Yeah, so he's like, you have to say it Louis Vuitton. And I'm like, but it's Louis Vuitton. I don't know.
And how long have you been here that you're still saying Louis Vuitton?
3 years, and I say like Celine Dion instead of Celine Dion. Celine Dion, because she's from Montreal, where I'm from. So everyone there calls her Celine Dion.
But it starts with a D, though.
Dion, yeah, but it's kind of more like Dion in the French language. Is kind of, they slur all their words together. So.
Ah, the French.
Yes.
So teach me, do you know how to speak French fluently? And how do I say I love to dance?
Je t'aime de danser.
Je t'aime de danser?
Oui.
Ah.
You can say like, if something really amazing happens, you can say franchement too.
Franchement?
Franchement, that means really?
Oh,
so you go, franchement.
Franchement, it's good on toast too. All right, so here's a story that I really want to hear about because I couldn't believe this happened to you. You're shooting an episode of 24.
Yeah.
You're shooting with a cougar.
Oh, yeah.
And tell the people what happened.
Yeah, well, anytime you're working with a wild animal, you have to be a little bit more cautious because they're wild and anything can happen. And I kind of stepped over the boundary and got a little too close, and it came up and actually bit my hand. I have a scar right here. That's his fang, his big fang on the left.
It went through?
And it went through. These are the 2 other teeth marks. Right through my hand. So my whole index finger and thumb were inside its mouth, and I remember looking at, because everything's slow motion when that happens. I mean, it happened in not even 20 seconds, but for me it was like a year. I was like, and I remember having a moment with the cat, even though that sounds ridiculous, but I had a moment.
Yeah.
And
was it looking at you?
It was looking right at me, and I looked at it, and I was just thinking in my head, please don't eat my thumb, because it's so important. Your thumb is like crucial. You know, you can't pick things up without a thumb. So,
well, you certainly can't floss without one.
No, see, there's a lot of things that you can't do without a thumb. Anyway, so, but it was serious, and I really remember thinking that, and it just let go, and it didn't.
It let go without the trainers grabbing it?
It let go without anything. It just, we had a.
Why, did you have food in your hand, or it just, why did it clamp on your hand?
Well, we were shooting out in like this area in the forest in LA, and it just, I think some noise had maybe made it a little bit nervous, and I was right in front of it, directly in front of it, and it just came at me, and thank God it was declawed, because it, you know, kind of attacked me a little bit, but.
It should have been deteethed.
I know, and then I went to the hospital. I went to the hospital directly after that, and because of all the makeup on 24, I was like full of fake blood, and when I went in, they were like, oh my God, get the stretcher! She got mold! Oh my God! And I was like, no, it's just my hand. And then they were like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And then they saw it and went, whoa, and I went, that's not a good sign.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Well, it's good that you're all right,
I'm
but
okay.
I can't imagine how scary that is. We have to go to a commercial. We'll be back right after this. We're back with Elisha Cuthbert. And it's a clip from The Girl Next Door, and I hear great things about it. I hear it's hilarious.
Yeah, it's interesting because it's a teen comedy that hasn't been really done in a while. It's kind of like Risky Business and all those classics in the 80s. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, and you said it was your first comedic role, or no?
Pretty much. I mean, I did Old School, which was kind of smaller part, but this one was harder for me because it was a lot of comedy, and I'm so used to doing drama, so I had to kind of break out and be like, okay, I can be funny.
Right.
At least I think I can.
Yeah.
But I liked it. I liked how it turned out.
Oh, well, good. Well, like I said, I hear good things about it. So, all right, now, here's Etch-a-Sketch, which I used to love Etch-a-Sketch, and I don't know why I haven't played with it lately, because now seeing this, it makes me want to...
Well, I did this for you because, well, I told him I have this like little thing about Etch-a-Sketch I love, but I know that you're nominated for 12 Emmys, and I think you deserve one, so I did you one on the Etch-a-Sketch.
Now, how do we show this without erasing
where
it?
can we show
it?
it?
Watch, I show people and just erase it. Look how good that is. She did that.
So it has a little Ellen, your name's down at the bottom, and you know.
You spelled my name out and everything?
Yeah, it's right there. It says Ellen DeGeneres.
That's really good.
That's for you.
That's, I'll do something for you, too.
Okay.
And it won't be anything like that. All right. Hey, and the soundtrack, it's supposed to be a really great soundtrack, and I have no idea what any of this says, because my eyes...
It's Leonard, there's like Leonard Skinner, there's NERD, there's all, it's like, for any generation, there's
a great
song
soundtrack
there that you'll remember.
All right, so everybody in the audience is getting the soundtrack. 24 is on Tuesday nights at 9 o'clock on Fox, and the big finish is next. You don't want to miss the big finish this time, I promise you, so come back.